Keek on the mic, Keek on the mic. Keek on the mic, Keek on the mic. People, this the intro. Sacramento, California, born and raised. And Antelope is where I spend most of my days. Talk bad about my team, you must be a clown. This is Keek on the mic, so you know you better bear down. Bear down.
Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Like always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you also follow me on all my social media platforms to stay connected with all Keek on the Mic news. Before I go any further, and I know I haven't done this in a really long time, but the people that are currently tuned in to Keek on the Mic videos, 63% of you guys are not subscribing to the channel. So once again, do me a huge favor by smashing that subscribe button, hitting the bell notification so you never miss a Keek on the Mic episode. I have a lot of exciting stuff and content coming your guys' way, so you guys are going to want to be here every step of the way, catching every single Keek on the Mic video. Once again, I love and appreciate every single one of you guys that have supported Keek on the Mic over the years, and I really appreciate all the love and support. So thank you guys. So Bears fans, I have something exciting to talk to you guys about, and it actually got me excited. I was recently listening to a podcast, and it's called Bussin With The Boys. If you guys have never heard of this podcast, I recommend going to check it out. It's a really good podcast, and I definitely recommend you guys going to check it out. But while listening to this podcast, they had a special guest in Paris Johnson Jr. Obviously, Paris Johnson Jr. Is a fan favorite amongst Chicago Bears fans, and most analysts predict that the Chicago Bears will pick Paris Johnson Jr. offensive tackle out of Ohio State at number 9 overall, which overall I think most fans, including myself, would be fine with. He's absolutely an elite talent out of Ohio State. He would fill a major hole. And we all know that he would be a very good prospect to add to the Chicago Bears roster. But the one thing I want to come on here and talk about is that while he was on with Bussin' the Boys, and something that got me really excited, he lists 3 teams that he would love to play for, and the Chicago Bears were one of those teams, and it got me just really excited. But I'm going to show you the little clip from the Bussin' With The Boys podcast of Paris Johnson basically going over the 3 teams that he would love to play for. Check this out, Bears fans.
Top 3 places you'd want to play.
I think, well, for me personally, I feel like first thing I look at is like taxes, the taxes.
Yeah.
I mean, so like the state taxes.
Ooh, it's already heady.
Big. So I mean,
Looking at Tennessee, Texas, Florida, Nevada.
Cool. If I was Titan, I feel that'd be cool. There's no state taxes there.
Yeah.
Warm from Cincinnati, so I feel like for me the weather is important too.
Miami.
Miami would be cool, but they don't need a tackle. But I mean, if they needed a tackle,
You are available.
I'm still available. But
What about guard? Would you play guard?
Guard, I would.
Yeah.
I would.
Left or right, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I feel, especially in a guard world, you're in a 3-point stance. You can be either one.
I saw you coming out of that 3-point stance too. You look solid.
Appreciate it.
Good move.
Appreciate it.
Really, at the end of the day, you don't have a choice. You could say you hate all the 32 teams, and one of them's still going to pick you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't allow him to say his 3.
Oh yeah. Well, I heard Tennessee.
I would say like realistically, who like needs a tackle, I would say Chicago. I would also say the Falcons, being Atlanta too. Would be huge.
Chicago, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Those would be the 3 right there.
So once again, Bears fans, when asked the 3 teams that he preferred to play for, he listed the Tennessee Titans, the Chicago Bears, and the Atlanta Falcons. Obviously, the Atlanta Falcons picked number 8 overall, so right before the Chicago Bears. But we all know that the Atlanta Falcons can go in many different directions with the number 8 overall pick. And then obviously the Tennessee Titans pick number 11 overall. So we all kind of know that if the Chicago Bears decide to stay put at number 9 overall and they do not trade down, I think the most logical pick would be Paris Johnson Jr. And Paris Johnson Jr. Is no dummy. He understands that the Chicago Bears have a massive hole on the offensive line, especially at the tackle position. So he knows that he would be a match made in heaven in Chicago. Number 2, he understands that he would get the block for Justin Fields once again. Obviously he has that connection with Justin Fields. I mentioned on the podcast before that he will understand how to block for a quarterback like Justin Fields because he had to do it back in college, right? So it would just be a match made in heaven. So he's no dummy. He understands that the Chicago Bears have a huge, massive need at offensive tackle. So he understands that it would be a match made in heaven, and he would fit perfectly. He would be a day 1 starter for the Chicago Bears. So it's really exciting to see the Chicago Bears as one of the 3 teams that he is looking hopefully to play with. But it doesn't surprise me whatsoever. one of the things that really excited me about this little clip that I just showed you guys, and I didn't realize this before watching this clip. We understood that he had versatility playing left and right tackle, but they also talked about him playing guard. They asked him, would you be willing to play guard? And he said, yeah, I could play guard as well. And that just had me absolutely mind blown. And now it's like, you know what? Paris Johnson Jr. is officially the full package. We already know that, once again, he can play on the left, he can play on the right, but for some crazy reason, let's say the offensive line gets hurt. Let's say Tevin Jenkins, he has a history of injuries, right? He gets hurt this season. We understand that Paris Johnson Jr. at this point can go in and play the guard position as well. I'm not quite sure if he has any experience playing the guard position, because I know that he's only played right or left tackle, but I'm pretty sure he would fit perfectly at the guard position, especially with those long arms. He's athletic. He's just a freak athlete. So I think he would be fine playing the guard position as well. But obviously, if we do draft Paris Johnson Jr., we would expect him to play on the outside, especially at the right tackle. Maybe you move Braxton Jones over to the right tackle and he's your left tackle. Who knows? But at this point, hearing him say that he's also willing to play the guard position just got me real excited, because I'm like, this is officially a match made in heaven. He is the full package. He has so much versatility, and we kind of have to understand that that's what Ryan Poles is looking for in terms of when he's building the trenches, right? Look at his signings on the offense line and defense line. It's kind of similar. He wants big athletic guys that can play inside and outside, so their versatility is key in the situation. And I think that will definitely help his cause in terms of if he becomes the number 9 overall pick for the Chicago Bears, because Ryan Poles is definitely going to see this little clip from Bussin With The Boys, and he's going to take note of that. Like, okay, he can shift into play guard, and that's going to be a really valuable asset when we're looking to add players to our football team, especially the trenches. So for me, that got me excited. I'm not sure how you guys feel about that, but knowing that he has the versatility to move and play guard, he can play left tackle, he can play right tackle. Paris Johnson Jr. Just seems like a match made in heaven for the Chicago Bears offensive line. This is a guy that's going to be a day one starter. So at this point, I think I may be all on board for the Chicago Bears staying put at number 9 overall and selecting offensive tackle Paris Johnson Jr. Because now I officially understand that, once again, he's a match made in heaven. He's the full package. He has all the versatility in the world. He's big, has long arms, he's a freak athlete. He has everything that Ryan Poles is looking for in his offensive lineman. It's just the perfect situation for Paris Johnson Jr. It's a perfect situation for Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears. So Ryan Poles, let's make this happen. I would love to trade down and all. I get we want the extra picks, but this just seems like the guy for the Chicago Bears. And he went on the podcast with Bussin With The Boys and clearly made it known that he would love to play for the Chicago Bears. So we want to add guys that want to be a Chicago Bear. I mentioned that before on the podcast as well. So Ryan Poles, let's make this happen and just select Paris Johnson Jr. with the number 9 overall pick in the upcoming 2023 NFL draft. So Bears fans, before I let you guys go, let me ask you guys this. Would you guys be okay with the Chicago Bears drafting Paris Johnson Jr. out of Ohio State with the number 9 overall pick? And how do you feel about the little clip that I showed you of his appearance on Bussin With The Boys? Let me know down below in the comment section. Before I let you guys go, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, and make sure you share this episode of Kick on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. But other than that, back for all new Bears podcasts right here on Kick on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and bear down.
You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You can go and subscribe, cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic.